Hello dear viewer, I am Lisa's and welcome back to Shapes.io. Yes, that game that I keep saying I'm finished playing and recording videos for. I'm going to do just one more. Okay, so this is a special one. And it involves this shape here, the symbol of the game. Okay, so I think the last challenge I have, I've got to complete this one here, but the last challenge I have appears to be that we've got to make 150,000 of this shape here. Okay, I think that's the last. I think when I finish this, that will do the same thing. That'll be the last thing I have to make, and I can already make it. I worked out how to make it, but it caused me a little bit of trouble here and there. So I suddenly thought, well, maybe I wasn't the only one who'd had a little bit of a problem. Let's just zoom out to my whole chaos of building here. Maybe I wasn't the only one who had a little bit of trouble doing this. So I thought, why don't I make a video about the solution to making this shape? And if it helps somebody, great. Why not? Maybe it will. Maybe it's been easy for everybody else. I don't know, but I'll try it anyway. So if I can actually see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I did it wrong, what went wrong, some interesting little tweaks and twiddles along the way about how the game seems to work, or possibly not work sometimes. And then we'll cover the answer. Okay, so now looking at the shape itself is rather interesting. Not a particularly exceptional shape. I mean, it's only got two colours. It's got the neutral grey of the starting material and the white. And we've made loads of white over it in dozens of times so far. This is easy. We can do this very easily. The only question is around this little piece here, which is smaller than a standard square. And therefore, we know that when you do an overlay, the object you're overlaying gets smaller. So the star has been overlaid on the circle. It has gotten smaller. And again, the circle has been overlaid these other pieces and the star has been overlaid on that. It gets smaller and smaller. This is obviously an overlay of some sort. Okay, I thought at the start. Why don't we start with something fairly simple? So I've done a little mock-up of what I tried first, which is that I made some white paint through the usual method, nothing particularly radical there. And I had some little white quadrants and some little square quadrants, and I stuck three of them together to make this. Here, merge them together, fairly standard. And then I overlaid them with I added another little square to them. Where is it? Where was the one that I was doing? Up here. I overlaid one more little square into this corner here, is what I did. And you feed it into the right to make an overlay. And I don't know why I thought this would work, because that's not how overlays work. But I thought this would initially work. It was the easy answer, but it doesn't. What happens is this fits very nicely into here. Why? And why did I think this would be an overlay? Because of course, what it says here in the stacker, it's made to join things together. But if the items clash, they overlap each other, then the one on the right is put on top of, stacked on top of the one on the left. And for some reason I thought this would stack it, but of course it doesn't stack it, because there isn't an overlap between this and this. This fits perfectly into this shape here. So you get this symmetrical shape, which is nearly right, but not quite. So I don't know why I thought that would work, but I thought I'd mention it anyway as the stupid first attempt that I made. Okay, so what can I do next? Well, I was thinking about how to stack over, and just putting like a square, a whole square merged on top of this, like I was trying to do here, doesn't work, because the whole square covers up the other piece and you can't trim that away. So I sat for a while trying to work out how could I stack over the top, but not simply fit a piece into here, but then, not have these bits sticking over the top. And then it occurred to me an alternative solution. I think I was being very clever up here. So what I did was I took a complete square and I chopped it into its component quadrants, and I reassembled three of them. Took the other one away. And then I put a square on top, and you end up with this piece here. So we've got an ugly overlay here, and we have the little piece that we want here. It doesn't matter that it's up in here rather than here. We can just rotate that later. But we've got the little piece we want here. Great, I thought. I'm nearly there. Very smart. Pat yourself on the back, yeah? So what I need to do now is chop this into pieces, which I did. Chop, chop, chop. Here's a bit of trash, and here's the not small piece. This should be this piece here. So why isn't it? Well, it seems to be that when an item is stacked, it becomes smaller. But when that item is separated from its colleagues, it returns to its normal size. Why? I don't know, presumably because that's how the game works as far as how it determines what goes in and what comes out of a machine. So this doesn't work either because the thing pops up to normal size. And I ask again, like, what the heck am I supposed to do here, game? Am I missing something? Am I missing a machine? No, I've got all the parts. Am I missing a variant? No, I think I've got most of the variants now, except maybe one. Well, I think I've gained quad painting, haven't I? What have I gained? No, I've got that one already. I gained something recently. Maybe I haven't got it yet. I was after something new here. I've gained a new item. Regardless of what it is, I can't remember. It's not going to help me with what I can do here. And then I thought, well, we're nearly there with this. Maybe we can work around it another way. So, back to the main position over here. So, what I did was, starting up here, I did something very similar to my little mock-up over there. I started with a whole square. I chopped it into 4 pieces, and I reassembled 3 and overlaid the other one to get this, which you can see here. And this is almost right, isn't it? But then rather than separating it into its component parts, which we know goes wrong, I just chopped off half of it so we had the one ugly piece and the one small stack. I then brought that down and I joined it to one of the white semicircle quadrants that I did from here. And we end up with this thing here. You can probably guess what I'm doing already here, at this point here. We now have an object. This is still small, this is still ugly, and this is correct. And we take this over here, where's the output, up to here. And we do a little bit of... we do a little chop to take off the ugly piece. I had to think for a second there what I was doing. And then I've got now this little piece. I've got the small piece there and another white piece here. It's remained that size. And I come over here and I've already united a large square and a semicircle. And I bring it together with these ones. And you end up with the final shape. There we go. I did it. I was quite proud of myself after that. It was the only one that I've really not struggled with, but I had a bit more trouble with in the game. Everything else has been just a matter of rearranging shapes to do this. This was a little bit trickier and kind of interesting. It felt like the point in a game where some of these puzzle games you get with shapes and things takes a little jump forward. You've been comfortably progressing through the game, much like, you know, Infinifactory, progressing through the game, slowly doing small adaptations, and suddenly, oh crap, I've got something here that I can't work out how to do, but I must be able to do it. I've got to take a leap forward of some sort in grasp, and that's where this game has gotten to. And I'm hoping the dev will do more with this, because this kind of idea is kind of clever. How objects have to be joined together in a very particular way to get the product that you need. Exciting stuff. I enjoyed the rest of the game, but this is the most exciting thing. What people might come up with, and the dev might come up with to make new things. So I've not actually fed this in yet. I'll do it soon. I might do it when I've got this one complete, so I can complete all of the 150s at the same time. And one more thing before I go. So, idly thinking about this game the other day and about mixing colours, I thought, we know what you get when you mix various colours together. You mix to get, you know, yellow. You mix the blue and the where is it? The green together, I think it is. I can't remember. Blue and green, you get red and whatever, make different colours, and you mix all 3 together to get white. Yeah? What if you mix white with other things? Or cyan and magenta together, things like that. So, I did a little play around with it. Where is it? Okay, so. The initial mix is red plus green gives you yellow. Red plus blue gives you magenta. Get the right tone, not purple, magenta. Green plus blue gives you cyan. What about cyan plus green? I've mixed up what I'm doing here. Cyan plus green. Unfortunately, when you do that, the secondary colour, these are the primary colours, these are the secondary colours, the secondary colour always wins the battle. So you don't get a new colour variant, you always get the secondary colour come through. And when you get white by mixing all 3 together, if you mix white, which I can essentially consider the tertiary colour, with red or any other primary colours or secondary colours, what you get is still white. Interesting how the mechanic works. isn't it, really? I did wonder. I didn't think I was going to get a pink or anything like that, but I thought maybe that would be interesting how the dev had managed that. Could be important somewhere in someone's construction. So I thought, it just occurred to me, I thought I'd put it in there anyway. There you go. That's the solution to the final piece in the game. I presume the game ends after this, and I might replay it again from the start. I don't know. I'm very keen to see what else the dev is going to come up with. Let's just save this. There we go. Where is he? His name's here. Tobias Springer. He's made a couple of other games as well. Have a look out for them, Steam. Tobias, thank you. I'm sure you won't see my video, but thank you very much for this game. It's a great game. And I'm finally done. I won't be doing any more videos on Shapes.io. I'll move on to something else. But either I hope you enjoyed this or you found this useful. Take care, and I shall see you again next time.